This week, it's a trick you can manufacture in seconds and totally blow the ladies' minds. These free beers brought to you by GoDaddy. Welcome to the only show that guarantees to make you taller, more handsome, and better smelling. Scam School, the only show dedicated to social engineering at the bar and on the streets. I'm your host, Brian Brushwood, and this week we are joined by one of my all-time BFFs in magic, Mr. Peter Boie, one of the top performers at colleges nationwide. He's gonna show us how, with a little MacGyver skills, you can rig together an awesome magic trick with a built-in story that's gonna get everybody talking, having a great time. P.S. BT dubs, you're gonna get free beer. Best episode ever. Holy crap, the weather could not be better. Still in the middle of South by Southwest. Got new friends, including Brad and AJ. How you guys doing? Good, I want to introduce you to one of my favorite magicians in all of America. This is Peter Boie. He tours all over the United States doing colleges nationwide.
Peter.
And he came up, oh, see, look at that. He actually, AJ, like, screw you, Peter.
How do you go there? I get the cold shoulder, you know?
Pete came up with an idea that's something you can do at any bar that you can whip up in about 30 seconds. I love it. It's adorable, and go.
Cool. All right, we need some coasters, beer coasters. We got some here. We need a hat. AJ, would you mind helping me out? Would you mind holding up the hat kind of right about there? Perfect.
All right.
Perfect. And this hat is going to be a bar, okay?
Of course.
It's going to be...
It's always good to have something else be the bar while we're at a freaking bar.
Exactly. And this coaster is going to be, Brad, name any man's name.
George.
This is going to be George.
Jorge. because he's Dos Equis.
Yeah.
And George is the most interesting man in the world.
See? Now you know his name.
I like it.
And George loves the bar. It's his favorite place in the world. And he spends a lot of time in the bar. And he hangs out there. Any guesses as to what Joe's favorite drink is?
Dos Equis.
Tequila.
Martinis.
Martinis.
See what I did there?
That was.
You're calling us racists, I see. You're like, way to go with the stereotype, Brushwood.
Jorge's classy, all right? Don't fuck with me.
But George
I'm sorry, Jorge. Go ahead.
Jorge has a drinking problem. And he got a little rowdy one night. And the cops were called in on him. The boys in blue.
He's Canadian, I knew it.
Because the Canadian police. You're like, the other
Mounties.
North American guy. Yeah, sure. The Mounties.
And three of them came down all the way from Canada. And they stormed the bar where Jorge was at.
That's right.
And there was some rustling and tumbling, and eventually they grabbed Jorge and took him, two of them took him into custody, and they left one Mountie behind to
guard against other Jorges.
This is where it gets sneaky.
because they're dangerous.
Right.
The other Mountie got plowed.
And they took him to Mountie police quarters where they put him in the drunk tank.
Also known as your armpits.
Smells good. And they left him there for a while. But not only is Jorge one of the most interesting men in the world, he's actually the world's foremost escape artist.
What?
Okay.
Yeah, because when Mounties went to go check on Jorge, Jorge was no longer there. But the Mountie that was at the bar is now there. And Jorge is, of course, in his favorite spot.
What?
Look at the bar.
Look at the freaking bar.
Nice.
Okay, you lower that crap. And of course, there's nothing else in there.
Yeah.
This is,
Nice.
you burn the witch. But first, let's go to our sponsor and find out how to do this.
Cheers.
If you had to choose, would you pick 99.9% uptime on your hosting services, or would you choose super cheap domains? Aha! Trick question. Answer is GoDaddy, because you get both. These guys got servers that never go down. One of the oldest sponsors of Scam School, still one of my favorites because they have those sweet, sweet domains, but you gotta use the code. And Scam10 at checkout gets you cheap domains. Best part is, you can order it right there on your phone. You can register lowselfesteem.com and then point it at your friend's YouTube channel. Then you laugh when we call that a domain spec. Best of all, you get the cheap domains, we get the booze, you get the free tricks. It's a perfect situation. GoDaddy. Now this is one of those effects that when I saw, I thought, this is gonna be too good for Scam School. There's no way that you can make it at home in the next 5 minutes and then show up at a bar and do it. And then Pete told me how, and I'm like, you son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. All right, spill it, man.
Let's
All right. So here's how it works. You need a hat or a bucket or something. You need some coasters.
Does that
Right.
be a Red Sox hat? It's offensive.
That's, oh, wait,
Hey,
wow, hold
yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Hey, whoa, keep it easy between you guys.
I know we're in Austin, but I'm repping
Boston.
New England here.
And we have a sympathy for towns that sound like ours.
You need 4 coasters of one color and 2 of another.
Okay.
And quick note about coasters, sometimes you get them double back like this one here. Sometimes you get single faced and you can glue two together to make a double face. So you need a double face one. All right, so then you have your coasters. You're gonna have to make a secret coaster, okay? The secret coaster is a double half and half coaster. This is what makes it all work. So
All right,
you need to construct
do a little
this.
homework.
You gotta have some arts and crafts knowledge.
Okay, now
You gotta be able-
this is you prepped this beforehand,
Yeah.
but you told me, you're like, no, you can make it like in 3 minutes at the bar while nobody's looking.
Really easy. You find your two coasters you're going to use.
And
in
you
this
they can be
case,
coasters from the bar. You can make up your own story.
preferably, yeah. Use
Yeah.
coasters that are hanging around.
Right.
You want it to look like your surroundings. So you cut them in half. You can use a knife at the bar. You could actually tear them in half. That works too.
Because it doesn't matter. The scene, nobody's ever going to see it. Right?
Exactly. And so you have your two coasters. You take the right of the Dos Equis, put it under the Labatt, and then you put the Dos Equis on top of the left of the Labatt, and you have your double-sided coaster here. You just need to staple them, and any good bar has a stapler, all right?
To be honest, okay, now you're gonna laugh at this, but this is no lie. Like, we were talking about this, and I was like, man, I wish there was a way we could make it at the bar. And so I was like, I'm just gonna go see if they have a stapler. And I went up and I'm like, here's $3 as a tip. Do you guys have a stapler we can borrow? And then boom, stapler instantly.
But digital payments are going to kill this magic trick. That's what I'm saying. No paper, it means no magic trick. You're
We can do this.
If your bar doesn't have a good stapler, find a new bar. All right.
There you go.
So then you staple or glue them together, depending on how much time you have.
That's the other thing, like you don't even have to worry about that being bendy because you're never gonna show it that way. It's always gonna be between two other coasters.
That's right. Yep. The Mounties are going to have it.
It's the Mounties are gonna. Okay, so you've
All right.
got.
So this is how it works. The setup is here. You take one Labatt coaster, it goes into the pocket that's going to be the jail or whatever.
Okay.
And you have the other two Labatt coasters, and you place the half and half coaster in between the Labatt coasters like this, and you put it down in a way so you know when you spread them, you're going to get 3 Labatt coasters like this.
Right.
If you spread them the opposite way, you get a Labatt coaster with Jorge in the middle, and then you have your Dos Equis. So then you ask someone to hold your hat. This is when you actually start the trick now. Say, hey, how's it going? Hold up the hat, or you can get like an ice bucket. You can get an ice bucket. Or
Subtlety by using the coasters. You made sure that your drink was on the one that you needed to hide, and that they were using the other one, so they were above suspicion because they were already there. All right.
He's a sneaky this
I know. There's no doubt. All right.
So yeah, you have the bucket or the hat up there. You start the trick. You say you need some coasters. You explain that this is the bar. You have this the Dos Equis coaster goes into the hat like this. This is, you spread the 3 Labatt coasters like this. Make sure you show both sides so they see everything.
Well, and what's great is like at this point, there's none of us suspect
Why would you
anything.
ever-
Why? Yeah. You're like, well, of course, it's the cops. Clearly, those coasters are policemen.
These guys are in control.
And policemen
Don't
never
question
lie. So.
Never once.
And then you drop them into the hat like so. And then you come out and you spread them the opposite way so it shows the Dos Equis coaster in between. In between the 2 blue coasters. And then they go into the pocket. This can be this pocket, it can be a side pocket, whatever pocket
But it goes
you want.
with the other legit.
Right.
Wherever the other one is.
Exactly.
Yeah,
where
yeah,
the
the
other
same ones,
where the
yeah,
other
same
Labatt.
pocket,
Yeah.
yeah.
And it goes in there, you pull out one of the Labatt coasters, then you pull out another Labatt coaster. And now this is where the magic happens. You're set up. You're
Yes.
set up. This is where the payoff
And
is.
this is, by the way, the hallmark of a great magic trick. By the time the trick begins, you're already done. Like you've done nothing amazing yet. All you've done is the setup, and now at the part when everybody's looking, like you can even say, "Here's where the magic happens," and it would be like, "Oh, I'm on to you." But it's too late. Like you're all
Binoculars,
done, right?
Yeah, it's all done. All you have to do is sell it now and do whatever you
So
want
you
to
do the transposition.
Yep, and then bam, you show that the Labatt coaster's here, and you reach in empty hand, make it really fair, show the Dos Equis, show the hat
You know what?
empty.
I almost wonder, like, the moment you pull it out, I'm like, I want to see in that hat. I wonder if an alternate presentation wouldn't be a bit like, now I think we all know where Jorge has gotten to. And then you just point, and then it's in their own hand. Like, to me, anytime you can make it happen
them do
in
it.
their
Yeah.
hand, they freak out a little
That's
bit
a great
bigger.
idea.
Okay, so here's the question. You guys got the fundamentals?
I think so.
I want you to tell us the story then. Oh, hello, AJ. I understand you are an expert in legerdemain now.
Hello, Brian. Recently
You sound like Adam now. That's amazing.
I've recently come into some knowledge of There's a man in the bar.
A
who's quite
man?
infamous.
Oh, really?
Yes.
He
Who's
might
that man?
actually be the most
Underneath your
famous man in the
coaster.
world.
Well, let's say Jorge finds himself at a bar.
Sure.
And because we don't have a bar in front of us,
No.
let's make.
We're definitely
this-
not at a bar.
No.
This is the bar?
This is
Okay.
the-
Brad's
this is the
got it
bar.
down. All right, go
so
for
if you can raise the bar up here.
Atlas shrugged. The bar.
Yes.
Welcome to the Fountainhead.
We will put Jorge.
I'm
in
Randy
his
would be
home.
proud.
So the police is the Labatt Blue.
Yes. Oh,
The
because
blue
blue, the
team.
police. Yes. the
Yes,
Mounties.
exactly.
Yeah, you got it.
So the Mounties are going to come get our drunk friend Jorge.
yeah. All right.
So in they go.
They go in the bar. Got
All
it.
right.
The Mounties take
Yeah.
away our friend
Yeah.
Jorge.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
And one of them obviously gets stuck at the bar.
Of course.
Right, because he
As
wants to
what
continue.
happens with
'cause he
police.
wants to continue
When
drinking.
you capture a felon,
Right.
one of you has to
Has to
stay
stay
behind
behind,
and drink.
exactly.
This is the law.
Yep.
Exactly, and
All right.
it is Canada, so it is accepted. So
That's
they
a get out of jail free card, being a drunk in Canada.
so they take Jorge to the prison.
Yes.
But Jorge, also being the interesting man that he is
Yeah.
and intoxicated,
Yes.
is a sneaky one.
And
And he can talk his way out of prison.
those are 3 Labatt Blues, which means that in here must be.
Oh! Damn. Nothing in the hat.
Dude,
Thank you very much.
that was freaking fantastic. You guys
Well done.
owned it. There you
Well
go.
done. Well done.
High five this man. He taught you some wizard power.
Drink left, but cheers.
Now remember, part of what makes this kind of story trick works is that you've got to take the reins on the improvisational exercise and make up the most outrageous story that you possibly can. The funnier you are, the more you involve suggestions from the rest of the crowd, the quicker you're going to be the center of attention and the more free beers you're going to get. Speaking of free beers, you know who deserves one? Pete Boie, for suggesting this fabulous gem for us. Head on over to his website, peterboie.com, that's B-O-I-E, or make sure to follow him on Twitter and say thank you at twitter.com/peterboie. Pete's a good guy, and you should say nice things to him. You know who you should also say nice things to? Me. In fact, you can do it right now by following my personal YouTube channel, where I'm going to start doing behind-the-scenes commentary on each one of these episodes right down below. That's youtube.com/schwood.com. And don't forget to post your success stories and failure stories right down there in the comments. I really do read all of those. It's like an illness. I can't stop. I'm like, what do they think of everything? And of course, if you want to suggest your favorite bar scam, write me directly at brian@schwood.com. Don't forget to join us next week because it's a Scam School road trip. We're going to drive all the way up to Maine so we can trade in all our shiny Scam School bottles for shiny, shiny nickels. Maybe we'll get enough to buy some more Scam School beers.